put in this email that you lost privileges at St. Joseph's for wearing a gun. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And then you point out it was due to multiple assassination attempts, and the police officer testified at the hearing, and I'm not going to even get into that because I understand that testified, but tell me about these multiple assassination attempts. What were you referring to?
Well, I had, after I published the book, The Naked Truth About Breast Implants, I had multiple attempts against my life. The DeKalb police were aware of it. The FBI got involved and caught the group trying to do so.
Okay. So what specific assassination attempts were made on your life?
There were multiple. So they caught the group and it stopped.
Okay. Well, multiple, we're going to talk about them. Tell me how many times?
Many. There were.
I mean, this is a big deal, obviously, if someone's actually making attempts on your life.
That's why the police were involved.
So how many, when you say multiple, is it 1, 2, 5, 10?
Oh, many more than that.
100?
No, probably not that. But it went on for 2 years. It stopped in 2012 after the FBI caught the group.
Okay, 200. So from 2010 to 2012?
Yes.
What was the group?
I am not at liberty to say right now.
Why not?
Because it's dangerous.
So there's public records of their capture?
I don't know. I just know that I spoke with the FBI and then the attack stopped.
Okay. So you know
I actually spoke with the FBI after they caught the group. I was asked to come down after they caught the group.
Okay.
The DeKalb police, I believe the DeKalb police were so concerned they told the FBI. The FBI caught a group that then they asked me to come down and explain everything, and then the attack stopped. So I don't have any records, written records, because the FBI doesn't provide those to me.
Okay.
But this is what happened. So.
And, okay. And just so we're clear, you know the name of the group, but for...
I'm not at liberty to talk about this in any more questions than what I just have done. I'm not going to answer any more questions.
Okay.
And it's dangerous.
Okay.
It's still dangerous, okay?
And that's fine. I'm not
yeah, I'm not going to put my life at additional risk.
No, I understand.
In a deposition.
I'm not
Yeah.
asking you to. I
Right.
just want to make sure. But when you say
Right.
you're not at liberty, there's...
I don't think it's safe for me.
Okay. All right. That's... All right. But you said there's multiple assassination attempts. And what... Can you give me specifics on... And if you don't want to name the group, I'm not going to force you to do that.
No, I don't think it's necessary to go into the details of that, no.
Well, I think, I mean, the judge might have to decide this, but with all due respect, Dr. Kolb, you don't get to determine what's relevant and what's not in this deposition. You indicated to Pam specifically in this email that you had your privileges revoked due to multiple assassination attempts.
Well, no, due to the carrying a gun, which the police told me to do.
Okay. But if you're going to make these comments, what assassination attempts were you talking about? And I respect that you don't want to name names.
They were attempts to kill me before I wrote any more about the breast implant problems, I believe.
Okay. Did someone ever take a shot at you?
No, it's not how they do things.
How do they do it?
Well, they use frequency weapons, and other things they can do, they didn't at the time, but they can use microwaves. That has been documented in Cuba recently. There are other weapons that are used against people other than shooting them.
Okay, and that's...
Now, I was never microwaved, but they've microwaved other people that... This is one way they do it.
Okay.
I'm giving you examples.
But what did they do to you, or what attempts did they make?
Frequency weapons.
And as best you can tell me, what's a frequency weapon?
It's a directed energy weapon that either gives you cancer, a heart attack, or takes your immune system down so that you die of an infection.
Okay. And how did you know they were using frequency weapons?
I was under the care of a CIA doctor that was real familiar with this.
A Central Intelligence Agency doctor?
Yeah, well, former CIA
Former,
doctor, yeah.
Who's that?
Lawrence Perry.
And he's the one who informed you that frequency weapons had been used against you?
Well, I felt them when they hit me.
What does it feel like?
It feels like an attack. Pain,
Yeah.
vibration. You get very ill. Sometimes you fall down.
Where did these attacks occur?
They occurred in my office, when I was out, in my home. It was pretty, like as I said, there were many, many attacks.
Okay. In addition to the frequency weapons attacks, was there any other attacks you're aware of that were made on you with other?
Well, they broke into my office multiple times, into my home 7 times. I know this because I couldn't redo the deadbolt. I was under surveillance. I had a GPS locator in my car. I had bugs in my office. I mean, this is all stuff I share with the police, and they agreed that I was under attack.
Okay. And this was, so there's police reports from the DeKalb County Police Department?
Yes.
Next part of this, you state in this email, I lost privilege at Northside for being, quote, psychiatric, close quote, as I believed in reincarnation and clairvoyance. Can you explain what that was about?
Yeah, they said that because I believed in reincarnation and clairvoyance, I was psychiatrically unsound.
That was what the allegations made by Northside Hospital were?
Right.
Okay. Do you believe in reincarnation and clairvoyance?
Yes.
Okay. Do you believe you're clairvoyant?
Yes.
Okay. And excuse my ignorance, I just don't, what does that mean?
It means spiritual sight.
Okay.
I see things that then usually are predictive.
Oh, okay. And again, just so I understand, so you'll have some spiritual visions of potential future events? Is that what you mean?
Can I give you an example?
Yeah, no, I'd like you to. I'd like you to.
I was going to work one day and I saw a vision of a surgery site. It was a patient I was going to operate on.
Okay.
And there was a hernia. This is called a Spengalian hernia. It's very rare.
Okay.
And she had no history of it nor symptoms of it. And I saw it right there. So when I got to doing the surgery, as I approached that area, I was very careful. Normally we'd just go right through and we probably would have hit the bowel.
Okay.
But instead, I saw the hernia and I repaired it and I didn't hit the bowel that was coming out through it. So they're just protective. They're visions. I mean, they're like a vision. I've had them all my life. I've had them even when I was a child.
Okay.
And they're warnings or I would say just helpful things spiritually so I stay out of trouble.
Okay. So these visions actually help you in your medical practice?
That one did, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're not all related, I take it, to your medical practice?
I'll give you another one. I had a vision. I was at a restaurant and I was going to go home, which was a long way away, but I had the vision of a guy getting hit by a golf ball right here. And so I heard just stay around, or I felt just stay around. And then the ER at DeKalb called me, a guy got hit with a golf ball right there, and I had a big lip laceration to do. But if I'd gone home with traffic and everything,
Sure.
It would have been. So they're common, and many people have them. They're nothing, some people have prophetic dreams, some people have visions. They're not, anything that would make me psychiatric, okay?
Yeah, and I'm just asking what.
Well, those are two examples,
Okay. And the reincarnation, I know there's a number of religions that believe in reincarnation. I don't know, is that part of a religious?
Well, I'm not a member of any particular church, but the church I do the most work at is Unity, and reincarnation is part of their belief system.
Okay. Do you believe you're reincarnated from any famous person?
Well, I don't know if that really is anything that I need to go into now, okay?
Well, I'm going to disagree. If we're going to get into reputation issues, I think that's fair game. Mike, do you have an objection?
I think you can answer the question.
Okay, well, there is some evidence that, from what other mediums have told me, that I was the sixth wife of Henry VIII. And she was actually my great-great-great-great-grandmother. We actually have some stuff in the... She's in my reincarnated, I mean, my family line, my ancestral line. And so we have some of her stuff in the house. And there was a medium that was a patient around the time that Pam was.
Okay.
And she was having a post-op visit, and she stopped me, and she said, "There's somebody here that is insisting on talking to you." And she said, "His name's Henry." And so she had a message from him, and I hadn't told her that I was,
right.
And she told me that Henry had a message for me, and she gave me that message. So there's evidently a possibility that I was the Catherine Parr, the last.
Parr.
And I actually look a lot like her. You can see many people have written articles about it.
Okay.
And there's many direct eyewitnesses that took pictures too. So, but essentially, disclosure is going to happen, but it's going to be slow, or at least if certain elements of the government have their way, it's going to be slower than what it would have happened if this had been gone into the mainstream media, which would have been proof, physical proof that we've had ancient alien.
Okay. And I guess just to circle back, the reason I brought this up is you did, at least for a short period of time, treat people who had been exposed to the radiation from the nuclear blast above Antarctica.
At the time right after, so I would say March and April, we were finding radiation in most everybody.
How do people know to come to you for this?
Well, they don't.
Okay.
I'm just treating my patients.
Okay, that's what I was
No, they don't come to me for radiation.
Okay.
Most people didn't realize they were radiated, but they had no idea.
So you were diagnosing the radiation poisoning in your own patients.
Right.
And how was that diagnosed?
Well, basically I was using applied kinesiology.
You're going to have to explain that to me, I'm sorry.
It's just muscle testing. It's something I've used for about 30 years. It's a method to determine what somebody has wrong with them and then what the best treatment is.
Okay. So this wasn't specific testing for radiation poisoning?
No, I don't think that exists. I don't know that you can really, I mean, unless you were exposed to radiation and you're sick from it, that's different.
Okay, I got to ask you about this last one, but it doesn't make any sense to me. The Michael Jackson paper speaks for itself, but I never told anyone that Michael is running my practice. What is the Michael Jackson paper?
It's a paper, let's see, it's called A Tribute to Michael Jackson that I wrote based on my emails with him over several years.
How'd you know Michael Jackson?
Read the paper. It's on the internet.
I'm going to short circuit it. How did you know Michael Jackson?
My secretary was very good friends with him.
Okay. And what's the context of the is it a medical paper, or is it just?
No, it's just a paper about him.
Oh, just him as a person, celebrity.
Right.
Okay. And do you know why anyone would suggest that Michael Jackson was running your practice?
She said on the post that I said Michael Jackson was running my practice, which I never said.
Okay.
I'm just correcting her.
Okay, I'm with you.